That goal, that ultimate purpose, that source of motivation will drive you time and again to get back on your feet and back to the actions that allow you to achieve your goals. A few years ago, when I moved to a different city, I had the fun job of signing up at a new gym. And if any of you ever had to deal with gym memberships, you know how tricky the process can get. You can never simply walk into a gym and start working out. You might be offered a drink, a wristband, and then a tour of the entire facility. But before you can even start signing away, you'll often be asked a series of questions. So, what's your fitness journey been so far? Are you new? How often do you work out? And most importantly, why are you interested in signing up with us today? And if you think any simple answer like, well, I just like to stay physically active will suffice, you're wrong. They're looking for something much deeper. Is there someone new in your life? Are you getting married? Planning a big summer trip? Recovering from or trying to prevent some sort of illness? As they go through a series of questions that dig at some of the most intimate parts of your life, you might find yourself sitting there in confusion as to why any of this matters. But it does matter in more ways than you can imagine. They're looking for your source of motivation, what really drives you to engage in an action. And not just any action, but one that they want you to be doing over and over again until you create a habit of going to the gym. Because turning to your sources of motivation are what remind you of your ultimate purpose. This is especially important when things get tough, and they undoubtedly will. In the case of working out, there will be countless times where you're absolutely exhausted, you're burnt out, you don't have time. And in those moments when you feel like quitting, you remind yourself, no, I need to work out because I see myself in the long run. I'm physically fit well into my 40s and 50s. I've been able to ward off my predisposition to diabetes, and I'm there, running alongside my children during soccer practice or just out in the park. That goal, that ultimate purpose, that source of motivation will drive you time and again to get back on your feet and back to the actions that allow you to achieve your goals. In the exact same way, you want to visualize how your day-to-day goals will allow you to achieve your ultimate purpose in life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows exactly how the human mind operates. So it's no surprise that both the Quran and the sayings of the Prophet ﷺ are filled with metaphors and detailed descriptions of what lie ahead for the believers. One of my favorite verses vividly illustrates just one aspect of Jannah. The description of the paradise promised to the righteous is that in it are rivers of fresh water, rivers of milk that never change in taste, rivers of wine delicious to drink, and rivers of pure honey. There, they will have all kinds of fruit and forgiveness from their Lord. As a teenager, it was really the thought of swimming in rivers of chocolate that pushed me out of the comfort of my bed to pray Fajr. Just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invites us to imagine and long for the beauties of Jannah, we need to visualize a good ending that results from our efforts. Whether it's the hope of having our soul gently taken out of our bodies and being accompanied by angels in the grave, or the hope of basking in endless pleasure in paradise, or the hope and longing for the indescribable feeling of standing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, having obtained His forgiveness and pleasure, visualize yourself at the end of this journey and use that imagery to remind yourself during the highs and lows, this is why I push myself.